the pistol already. Astralis starting on the CT side. G2 will be on the opposite. Again, this is, so Shox, I believe, is the in-game leader for G2 now, and he has been, well, I know he's very fond of the Dust2 map, so we'll see what they have to offer Astralis on the Astralis' CT side. Astralis do have a pick already. You can see they have good map control for the time being, but I don't think they have all the information as to where the bomb is headed. Hello, Dan.
Yeah, so already we're going to see the movement towards B. A nice little split in action, 4 through mid, 1 through the tunnels, and it's a pretty simple exercise of get the headshots, boys, and they were successful. Astralis on the retake aren't looking too good here. Really, really big number advantage going in favor of G2, just sitting on the bomb site. But the pops here, Device actually maybe giving a go. There's 10 bullets in that USP that he just picked up. No relay possible there, and it will get shut down. So nothing really going for Astralis, and it's a nice and clean, really fast pistol round. I like that from G2, and they could start with good economy. And G2 have had a number of kind of crazy results recently, and it all starts obviously with them getting control of the map really fast, and by getting a good economy, they can do that.
Right, so we're going to have a fast short boost, it seems, from the Astralis side, who have gone for loads of deagles and the one P250 on Carrigan. So Zipex is leading the charge, it seems. Been fragging quite well for the CT side. You can see G2 are creeping into B at the same time. So I wonder if this is like a hard read on an anti-eco, or if they just chose to push the B bomb site. They still have the bomb left in a passive position with Smiths in T-spawn. He's going to look away. He will need support going through the tunnel, and he does have it, I believe, from RPK. So they will ensure that safe passage is indeed there.
Eagles getting closer and closer. RPK finds a couple though. He will be taken out. Nice little aggression in mid. And a couple tags early in the round as well to body, actually putting him down to 34 HP. So with the steal on the AK, maybe some more damage can be done him. It might just be a bit of a plan here to play safe with the AK and actually try to take that into the next round, because they didn't invest too much. And you're going to see Shox here just pushing long, seeing if he can get to some of these players who are saving. Oh, he'll spot the AK as well. I wonder if G2 really care about it all that much. But one thing I must say I do like from Astralis is that we get the AK reclaimed indeed. But yeah, it was cool to see from Astralis that they didn't force buy fully. I mean, it was just a half buy basically. They just picked up the Eagles, and we always talk about how you're not going to have a huge amount of success with a force buy on this map. As a CTs, it's very, very difficult, so they're not going to put it to chance. They still pick up 2 kills anyway, which is a decent result, and now they get the opportunity to maybe buy Kevlar with that AK, and thanks to Device's 1D, and maybe that more damage can be done in this round too.
Yeah, and Device will still be sitting on 3k after this, so even if they lose, he can buy an AWP in the next round. So 3 towards A, 2 towards B for the CT side. Smith's again just covering mid from T-spawn, but he'll have to go through suicide if he wants to make sure nobody's pushing up short, as happened in the previous round. That's maybe on the weakness on an anti-eco, unless you put that player more forward. So far, so good for the G2 side. Got one in the pit. That's Zipex who has retrieved the AK. Just he and Carrigan. So Shox is going to bide his time while the bomb gets planted. Doesn't really have anybody coming to his aid, which you would have perhaps thought might be the case. He will get taken down. So we'll see if G2 can salvage this AK. Scream is still rolling with Galil. So perhaps that can be upgraded in the coming seconds. But again, G2 off to a good start on a map which they will think is strong for them.
Yeah, definitely. And it's cool to see that so far they've only lost 1 player. I wonder if they can keep it to this, because there's going to be a couple of challenges maybe towards long for the AK player and stuck in the pit. He's got some support. Carrigan coming up on the side. The headshot machine. Scream is by crossover. Doesn't really look too interested in going for the kills here. The same with Smith, who's just sitting there by the bomb. Is Smith going to be able to get something done here? I mean, he's kind of committed in his position. He does pick up 1 kill. And Carrigan, of course, he didn't really have much there, so it's fine for him to try to take the duel. And the AK is going to be kept into round 4. Astralis are really good at doing this. It feels like they have quite a huge emphasis on creating setups when they lose a pistol round to try to steal a weapon away to take into the buy round. We saw it against Virtus Pro as well.
That was close. So Astralis going for a standard A long take. There will be no challenge from G2 just yet. Again, Smiths is still T-spawn with the AWP. It's been a very, very long time since we saw the Rambo Smiths of old on Dust2. Maybe we'll never see him again. So it's a fast B split, it looks like, from G2. The bomb left in the tunnels while 3 players charge towards the site. Molotovs, everything going in. Agent being stuck versus behind double stack, but the site has now been cleared. 3 men left for the Astralis side, and it might be a save already for them. You have Zipex moving towards the tunnel. Maybe if they can get a quick tick before the bomb goes down, then they'll go for it. However, that's not going to be the case. So it seems they are choosing to save by containing.
It's cool as well because they did save that AK. It means that one player didn't have to buy a rifle in this round, which, as you can see, Dupree's already got $2,000, and that's the effect there. So by saving 3 weapons, they only actually have to drop 1, essentially. So that's actually, it's kind of like saving 4 weapons, kinda. Obviously, only 3 players survived, and 1 extra player will still have to buy armor, or 2 will have to buy armor and get 1 drop. But at least Dupree can buy for himself maybe a FAMAS and a Kevlar, and no one has to drop for him. So we're going to see another good attempt from Astralis in this round at a defense. But I think the lack of an AWP and the lack of, unless Dupree just wants to straight up buy an AWP, I don't think he will though. But yeah, the lack of an AWP and the lack of maybe some utility might be a little bit difficult. And the fact that you got a FAMAS on this map, it can be really dangerous. FAMAS just not really hold up nearly as well as an M4 against the AKs.
On the subject of money, G2 continuing to build the bank. Again, I've got that long take, but I think the flash may have been a problem for them because they don't get to the pit this time. However, Carrigan gets the frag regardless. Owl, Scream falling to the flames as well, leaving Smiths alone, trying to creep through the smoke with an AWP. It's not going to be advantageous, but you can see why with Shox moving really fast up short in response to these picks. And Smith is stuck on long with the bomb at now. Carrigan's gone down, but he's almost finding the device. And there goes the bomb, and maybe the chances for the round. Shox needs to 1v3 now. Got an opportunity to get to 1v1s, but too many angles to look at, and he'll get taken down while his eyes are over towards mid. So Astralis get their first round on the board, surviving with 3 players as well. Will be good, but obviously they are at risk of being reset financially.
And how ideal is that, getting the 3-player survival? Because that's a round that, okay, you know, they were pushed to the brink there. They could easily have only won with 1 player or something. They actually survived with 3. They get to pick up an AWP. This is going to feel really good for Astralis. They just have to pick up, obviously, well, string 1 together, but big long tank from G2. Oh, the flash is pretty good, and the spray coming in from Scream. He will be able to take down 1, but as usual, Astralis pretty good on these defenses with these rifles when they got a setup going. And it looks like the last-ditch attempt there to get something out of this from RPK will not really go his way, and Shox has to 1v4, and he's going to get shot in the side of the torso, and that will be the end of Shox. So 4-player survival now for Astralis. They're doing really well. Yeah,
they are on the road to recovery. And G2's money has very quickly disappeared. Shox may have to drop for Smiths, but there is a decision to make. And he has indeed gone for the AWP. And will be left on the Tech 9. So only the 3 rifles, 1 being a sniper for the G2 team. We'll see if this impacts their choices for this round going forward. At the moment, they're somewhat passive. Device's position will be a bit of a surprise. I do wonder why Device was facing the wall there. Perhaps just expecting the flash, though he was exposed to a low tunnel area. Seems that the Astralis side have a read as to the defaults of G2. And he's looking onto short in a place where only the head would be revealed there if somebody were to peek. The T's will, of course, be aware of that angle as well, but nobody's in a position to have a look at it. So you can see Carrigan holding the pit. I think Device has support from Zipex on short as well, or is he in CT? No, he's in CT. And then 2 over towards B. So G2 looks like they're going to start clearing out the short area while they have a lurk along in Shox. It's a nice snap from Device. No answer from G2.
Yeah, it's a tough one. They've got 3 smokes though, so they can get a set piece going. They can try to wall of smokes, put a wall of smokes on A, maybe get one onto crossover to get a safe passage for a bomb plant. But even then, if you get the bomb plant, I think they're in a position where they probably feel like, especially with the AWP, that they still need to get a frag to make survival on a retake easier, because they're probably going to lose a player or 2 just by taking a bomb site, and then that's going to put them maybe in like a 2 versus 4 at best, probably, or 2 versus 3, so with no utility. So it's a very, very tough ask here, and this is a cool little setup here, of course, the standard. But you know, Zipex is right. They're going to be able to defend Device if someone drops to attack him, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Zipex will actually chase through the smoke to pick up the frag, and this is going so well right now, again, for Astralis. This is becoming somewhat reminiscent of their match against Virtus Pro on some of these defenses. But in comes Smith. No time, though, so he is going to just run off, save the AWP. And Astralis, they have done excellently to bring themselves back in this round. I wouldn't say, totally clean rounds are being won, but they're winning with enough players that their economy is growing, and round after round. As you can see, a 3-player, 4-player, 3-player survival. That's really nice.
Nice.
And now it's 3 versus 4.
Indeed, and only Smiths has a gun in this round for G2, so Smiths will have to go full Rambo mode. Otherwise, this is going to be a nothing run for G2. There are 3 Deagles on the map, though. We've seen Device pop some heads already. But with little armor on these terrorist players, only 2 helmets on the 3 players, they'll be very susceptible to the spray downs. Double AWPs for the CT side, so they'll want to use the ranges as much as possible. You can see G2 all positioned around the mid doors and short area, and it seems they may go for the gauntlet run along short. They've got 0 nades to protect them. No nades of any kind whatsoever.
Yeah, they got to rely on Smiths getting a pick there, but this is going to be one of those situations. The brave amateurs, they do their part as all the pistols are running, and Smiths has to pick up the frags here. But will he be able to get anything? Device there, just the quick peek and the snaps. He's got teammates making frags as well. This is looking pretty damn good for Astralis. I mean, would you expect any different? There's no grenades, as James said, no grenades at all. So just going to be raw facing
Gauntlet,
everything.
baby.
It's insane.
Sniper rally, literally.
Yeah, and now another AWP has been taken here for Astralis. They're going to go 2 AWPs now, so that they might be, a bit of maybe a step ahead of G2. But G2, they could very well try to do a fast, long take, or maybe even a fast cap plant or something like that in this round, because they only have a Tech 9 on 1 player.
Well, Astralis feeling firmly in control now. Their defense has been fairly solid once they've started winning rounds, and the aggression. You see, again, Device, with a certain timing, he starts facing the wall with nobody covering him from low tunnel. So it seems that they have even though, it's interesting, even though G2 recently changed their in-game leader, it seems that Astralis know everything that G2 want to do. To have the balls, to have Device stand on shore, exposed to low tunnel, facing the wall, because he knows the flash is coming in before the low tunnel person peaks, then you can see that G2 have become extremely predictable as far as Astralis are concerned.
Yeah, and that's not going to work against every team as well. The more disorganized teams, that's not going to be too safe, I think, of a play. Teams that probably won't pop flash. That's the thing you have to rely on. But this is a team who had existence as a leader, so they throw the pop flashes, James. And now it looks like G2 are going to go for that mid take into the B push, B split. But Dupree locking down the boxes there outside of the doorstep of the site. And it's going to be Dupree finally getting eliminated. The trade comes in as the site goes into the favor of G2. And that bomb will start ticking away. And Device and Carrigan will very likely try to go for this retake. 2 versus 2, of course. They've got some nades. We've got Device swapping out to the AK. And RPK is very low. But look, he's playing inside the smoke here. A pretty sneaky position. Ooh, tossing the Molotov there, getting flashed. This is actually looking really horrible for RPK, but oh my goodness! Carrigan just jumping straight in front of him. RPK lost a total of 1 HP there in that retake.
He was at risk of dying to his own Molotov as well, because when you put it on top of the boxes there, it often goes down with no warning.
Yeah,
and,
I've died to
and
that.
kills you. Yeah, I've witnessed a few people. But it's interesting. It's almost like Order is part of G2's weakness in that they're doing the same thing with the same timing every single round, and then they're being punished for it. So that's where hopefully coaches and review comes in, and you recognise that sometimes you got to mix it up, even on the T side.
Nice flick there from Device too, and a bit of early aggression there from Astralis. And you said earlier they definitely feel like they have control of this one, and plays like that certainly show just that fact. And oh, Device. Ah, yes, it's really nice to see just all these flicks here, just getting aggressive going in there. It's really, really good indeed. And the shadow might give the peek away there, but Body will still get the pick onto Catwalk. And G2 understand that here, by that first push up mid, they understand that there is going to be a player playing close catwalk. There's going to be a player like Device in mid doors. So they understand. It's just a matter of taking the frags here, and it's not really going so well for them.
Do it. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
There we go. We know it's coming. I think that probably lands like 40% of the time, maybe more. Which it's interesting because obviously some people get upset with the jumping rifling like that, and like, oh, make it worse. But you know, unless you make it shoot backwards, it's always going to have a degree of accuracy, even if it's completely inaccurate. Like sometimes,
even if it shoots backwards, you can have people like jumping the other way.
Sometimes it's going to. It's like when you play poker, right? And someone's like 5% in a hand, but they hit that 5%. If people get pissed off, it's like they're still 5%. You're never 100%. So it's not logical to be annoyed when they hit the 5%, which will hit 5% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's also very risky these days because there's like, I can talk over this round a little bit. We have the mid push, should get shut down. Ooh, that was meaty. But yeah, it's also a situation where back in the days when people they weren't expecting or used to those angles where people are jumping, then it's just like a raw reaction. But when you have expectation that something's happened, you train your brain to actually more intuitively understand that this is one of the likely peaks in the situation. Then now these days, people, especially the pro players, are really good at kind of, it looks like raw reactions, but they're kind of expecting it. So you have faster reactions because of that.
Yeah.
So it's not as good as it used to be.
And I'm not saying that it's good or bad that we have that. I'm just saying that often on Reddit and so on, people argue about it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
So do it for the right ones.
Sounds like a tagline for some kind of advert or something. I have to figure it out later. Again, we will have G2 testing the defensive setups here from Astralis, and you can see how well drilled they are. The nades coming in, the frags being made. 3 versus 3, Scream and Smiths, though, very low on health. And how are they going to try to play this one out? Ooh, deep nade, and actually took a few bits of HP off of Scream, but he will stand in the pits, still alive. Whilst the rest of his teammates...
T-spawn! Cajun B's in T-spawn. Oh, and the bomb was rotating. Look at the HP on these players.
Yeah, Cajun B got some tags in there. He got tagged himself, but that's like a bit of a roadblock. Now they're like, okay, we're kind of, a point of that was that they wouldn't know we're doing it.
B. Can't go B, guys.
So now it's back to A, back into Device. It's all worked out perfectly. Back into the AWP Device. He's been pretty on so far. Oh, that was close, but no cigar.
The one taps are coming. Got to look out for them, buddy. They talk about his one taps. Screamer's literally going for the one tap there. There's one onto Dupree. But is he going to get the one tap onto Device, who's being a massive problem? Scream gets taken down by Cajun B. RPK's alone now, and he has been hurt, it seems. Oh, Cajun B caught a little bit short there. 10 seconds left. Device is still on the sights. And I think he's just going to use this smoke to hide behind. 4 seconds. Can RPK even find Device creeping behind? Oh, he's going for the burst fire. I think he shot him in the face as well.
Yeah, he did. He dinked him.
I saw his head go back, yeah.
It's only a Glock though, so
yeah.
That didn't really do any damage to me because it's a Glock.
I want to say at point blank range, you need 3 dinks with a Glock.
3?
I want to say, maybe not point blank.
I actually don't.
But most of the time, from a short distance, I'm pretty sure you need to shoot in their head 3 times to kill them. I'll look into it a bit later on. The aggression from Astralis is absolutely savage, but so is this push from G2. Everybody getting flashed. Dupree's only got 20 bullets though, and he's not killing anyone right now. Gets taken down. That gun will need to be reloaded. Oh, the tags, Cajun B gets taken down. Device now holding an angle with the AWP. There's not much he can do. He needs to wait for his teammates. All the guns are being ransacked. Smiths has dropped an M4 and gone for the AWP at close range, which is curious.
Just took a bullet to the knee, James. Carrigan is limping. Now he's dead. Smith's though standing on top of the boxes. He is going to get wrecked.
I feel like the M4 would have been more useful there from that kind of range. But there we go. This is the only defense we've seen actually where Astralis are like, oh my god, and you know it just goes a little bit poorly. Every other defense it looks like they're super ready, their setups are working. But like you say, Dupree there not getting 1 or 2, even 1 frag
is kind of the big deal there. So
Yeah, but holding B with a Sallex
Yeah.
4 has some drawbacks.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Obviously, if you use it all the time, then you should use it. But the extra bullets there might help against rush like that. I'm not saying you should change your course. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, it's a big deal because those rushes come in so quick, you'll never have time to reload. So it's a very good point.
Yeah, device spotted. Or maybe they just expected him to have some more naughty aggression. So G2 have finally adjusted in terms to the device shenanigans at the early parts of rounds, it seems. However, there's only 2 rounds left. And they've only got 5 rounds on the board.
And let's not forget G2 went up 4 rounds immediately.
Oh, yeah.
So G2 have only picked up a single round since some money came in for Astralis, and I like the little pop flash there for Dupree to get some information. And there's a minute left, so G2 are not in a rush right now. They've got an advantage, and it's quite cool because Astralis are being really active. They don't really want to just sit back here, which is a good thing. It can be difficult on some maps because you have that pressure of the CTs. Okay, we want to do something. But Astralis are one of the best teams that, as we see on Catwalk there, kind of picking like a small gamble. Like, okay, we're going to do this setup on Catwalk. If they go Catwalk, we have a good chance to win the round. But if they we fail, then we lose the round. And if they go somewhere else, we're in trouble. And they're going to go into Cajun B. This might be their best opportunity. If Cajun B can hit these shots, oh, that peak, that wide peak there for Cajun B is position very hard to deal with, but they're managing to get forward now. Positioning, nice click there, close range. Cajun B has more players oncoming. He can't get it done. Smith will be the AWP that is victorious. And Astralis have 2 players left now. Dupree, can he redeem himself after that failed B defense previously? Looks like he won't be able to, but Zipex is in 1 versus 2 now as he picks up a kill on a distracted player. This will be difficult, and he will be eliminated. Astralis will lose a round, finally.
See, if he had learned the Bardoff Molotov, Dan, the double stack would not have been a thing. There would have been no plant Dan.
Did you put it on your channel or something?
I did, yeah. I sent it to...
Okay, everyone just submit it to Reddit now. So
I sent it to somebody, and he said he was going to make his team learn it.
Was it Fallen?
It was not Fallen. It was not Fallen, actually. But
Fallen has all your strategies.
I was going to send him the cobblestone thing, but I think that's too gimmicky. I need to try it myself.
Was it top 18?
Practice.
Okay, we can come back to this.
Yeah.
So Device going for aggression again. It's really interesting how often he's been aggressive. Especially against, they know that Smith will up. Oh! Wow. That is pretty nice.
He's going to need a doctor then.
Yeah. Some reconstructive surgery is required.
The ambulance is on the way.
So now what do? You're G2. You have quite a lot of time left. You're down 4 players. They've been in this spot before, but if you look at this time, they've got almost no grenades. They've got 2 smokes. So this is like a really hard spot. I think with 2 smokes, probably the best thing to do is probably a B split of some kind because, you can smoke off mid if you're lucky and you can get straight through to the site and attack the site. Then maybe you have 1 smoke to try, put down the doors or something. But you can see Shox here maybe moving in to have just kind of a distraction towards the A site, whilst the rest of his teammates will likely go for that B split. And that looks like that is what's happening. Shox going to be trying to slow that rotation, maybe pick up a kill. But actually, he's just going to toss in a Molotov. And looks like he's going to join the push, actually, or maybe play Lurk in towards CT spawn as the teammates push forward. But, this is some good spray. Actually, somehow not finding more damage there. Zipex will get some return fire, and Dupree is holding the doors here. Looking good against Astralis.
RPK is going to get traded. Bonzo is still in control of the remaining Ts. What remains of them? What remains of him is Body, the new boy, the ex-LDLC player. Not sure if it was white or blue. Nice snap down to Cajun B in a effective position. Oh, Body is bodying people, for lack of a better word, Dan. Carrigan, last man standing, the in-game leader coming in from the tunnel. Holding an angle now. Body's really good at the places where you expect people to stand, basically. Like, the pre-aim comes in and he's just snapping faces there. Carrigan with a bit of an off angle gives him enough of an edge to take the last round for Astralis. 9-6.
One thing that Astralis are really good at on their CT sides, and it's something to pay attention, especially if you want to learn something for your team, is how they play crossfires and how they adjust their crossfires based on the information that they have. Because in these, it's kind of like a Fnatic in a sense, and a lot of the top teams that have some of these very iconic duo, these combinations like your Crims and your Olofmeister, how they play together almost on this kind of micro scale outside of the macro level of the overall strategy and information. The same thing with Astralis. when it comes to playing with each other and setting up crossfires to deal with all these situations. They're so consistent at getting these trades that if that one player doesn't pick up the frags, it's very, very likely that the second player who's on the crossfire is going to be able to capitalize on the distraction. And that's like some really solid fundamental plays. It's a very good thing to learn from if you're looking to learn more about how to improve your game and your team. Now it's the pistol round, so if there's a spot to save for G2 to save themselves, it would be now.
Ooh, we have similar flashes from the tees there to have a safer time of things. However, Shox is still deep short. Scream going for the one taps. They do talk about them, but maybe they'll talk about them another day. Shox is still just on his own over towards short, starting to run away now as it seems to be splits coming in, but do the G2 side have a read on it? Shox, I think, has moved over towards CT. Body taking pot shots through the smoke, but no connections just yet. Shox has gone all the way to CT and he's going to hold it down there. Nice 2 frags from him. Body takes down Carrigan, so that's a great read. I think Shox had enough information standing on short. And he just ran all the way around into CT. Popped 2 heads there, stopped the split altogether. So nice play by him.
It's so funny because from Body's position, just popping people at the box on plateau. There's how many times have you seen where like a pro player is like firing hopelessly into the heads of people who are rushing in? Like how is there no frags there? And it seems like it's definitely you want a bit of lady luck on your side sometimes, but that went so perfectly for G2. What a nice round to springboard themselves. And we have a force buy here from Astralis, just rushing here for the A split, just trying to get those raw aim peaks. And so far it's some good damage on Dismiss and a frag onto RPK, but just 2 left now for Astralis. What more can they do? In comes Shox from the back with the MP9. This
from the back
is going to be pretty ugly.
Kind of ugly skin, actually. Well, Dupree has no helmet. Dupree is dead, courtesy of Scream, taking the last kill before his teammates could get in there. So the score is close to being tied up, and it probably will be, judging by the money on the Astralis side. I'm curious, I think Dust2, do you think will smoke attempts? I was just looking at the money, right? I was thinking, okay, Carrigan's got 2,500, so maybe he can buy smoke, and I think his effects are 2,350. So really, I just want to enjoy this for a second. So, yeah, so really, my question was, how much money are you willing to spend to try and get a bomb plant here without harming your economy too much?
Yeah, well,
I think 2 smokes, try and run up short or something. Nothing's really going to go well. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think as well, in this position they know, because of their investment on the first round, that on a map like Dust2, you don't need full nades on the T side. As long as you can get AKs out and you can get some smokes, and you can see that they actually have like a really good stock of grenades. It's actually quite respectable. This is more than enough, really, I'd say. But the interesting thing is this aggression here, because Device was doing this for days on the CT side. Smiths is going for it now as well. Will Astralis lose a man to this? That's really the question. And Astralis are playing a very safe early round, and 2 players getting tagged there, Dupree and Carrigan. Not actually sure how they got tagged. Was it maybe if it was Smith's shot and somebody else's? We've got the pushes coming in here. The aggression from G2. They want to immediately take the reins in this second half, but Astralis are not letting them so far. But they are just going in again. They're not losing confidence at all. They keep going for this.
Yeah, but they're not killing anyone, unlike what Device was doing, so that needs to change. It seems that smoke they had on shorts ended up causing them a problem as well, because it allowed Cajun to take down Shox while he was next to Xbox looking up top mid. Man down for both sides. There is a lurker towards long, but that they will be, as of yet, undetected here by G2. So it's not really clear what the play is. There's still a minute on the clock. The bomb is moving towards B, but could still go into an A split with the control they have of long. That said, we now have a player exiting long.
Yeah, it's not much time left now for Astralis. They're ready to go in for the attack. 2 players on upper dark and 2 in mid. Gonna go for just more shots. They've expended most of their utility. Nice entry. Body in a position that we so commonly have seen Zipex or Dupree in. And the taps coming in from screen there. No headshot. Well, actually 1 headshot found, but it's all up to Carrigan now, and he's gonna get headshot as well by Scream. So G2 actually will pick up the first anti-buy round. Or buy versus buy.
It's funny that Shox just picked up an AK belonging to one of the T's. If you go to screen when he brings it out, the name of the AK, they talk about my ...
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Well, it's another eco for Astralis. They'll be able to put the AWP into play next round. That's going to be the major difference for them. So how they're going to...
It's got scream stickers on it as well. That's perfect.
Who's AK is it?
That's devices.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I remember in the VP game now actually seeing that. Yeah, I think I mentioned it.
He's showing up as well. He's trying to do the AK some justice there. There we go. He wants the one tap. He wants the one tap. He wants it, Dan. He wants it, but he can't have it.
Shox won't let him have it. Wow, 11-9, and AWP comes into the hands of Device. And so far, Device hasn't made a single frag in the second half so far. So now is his time. It was the AWP that was the crazy difference maker for Astralis in some senses previously on Device. He represented it well. And now he's looking for the cross shot. He's not going to get it. But again, G2 are playing really aggressive. Really aggressive. Every buy versus buy so far. Okay, albeit it's been 2 now, including this one. But everyone, Jace, been aggressive.
Every single one of the 2 of them. But Smiths is not connecting. He misses every single time, Dan, apart from that time, of course. So, Dupree looking for an answer, but Smiths will spray him down. Well, RPK will spray him down enough for Smiths' Molotov to do the rest of the job. Man advantage for the CTs now. And again, Astralis have taken the long position. This time the bomb is there as well. They've got Cajun B over towards lower tunnel. So Zipex takes RPK down, but again, the bomb has not been spotted. It is being carried by Device. Smiths is already in position. Perfectly timed flash though. So Smiths will have to be forced off the corner before he can do anything about it. And now Cajun B's position becomes more important. Device has a smoke as well, as does Cajun B. Got Zipex looking for the flank in long, but there is no flank. So that's quite the off angle, actually. Nobody ever stands there.
That's the round. And that's the round.
That's the GG.
Yeah, Cajun B in that GG position if he gets the kills. He does, and that is the round indeed. Smith's looking to save the AWP. But the interesting thing, of course, okay, Astralis will win this round. But yeah, the interesting thing is that...
Not over yet.
We get the... Smith's actually going to go for this. I'm surprised he actually got the pick there. Oh, wow, he's going to run through the smoke. Oh! He got the headshot. See you later. But he burns in the process because I think he took a bullet there whilst he's still in the fire. So it made him burn instantly. But yeah, so the interesting thing that for Astralis is that G2 plays aggressively every time on catwalk, which means that they can't have anyone on long. So long is always going to be up for grabs early in the round. So if Astralis just walk or just run into long, there won't be anyone there in some of these rounds. Obviously, you never want to just run in raw so they can find throw some flashes or something. But this round, KGB finds a very fast timing out middle, thanks to the fact that there's no one watching mid here early in the round for G2.
Surprise!
Oh my god, there's the GG almost again. That's such a huge play because G2 is so far away for the retake. There's way too much time to rotate. They've got to move through too many angles, take too many fights, and by the time they get there, they can never even assure themselves that they'll be in a spot to win the round or even have players left alive. So they go for the save, and
there you go. Can we look at Shox' position? Can we look at Shox? Yeah, just so, okay, he's not showing it now, but just for people at home who play on Dust2, obviously most people will probably just look straight at the angle, but Shox was looking at an off angle, like here, basically. So instead of showing there, he allows people to move deeper into short before he peeks them.
It's like so if they would be looking cross.
Yeah, exactly. So if they're looking at the pre-fire angle, he's not showing. So something people playing at home, it's just another angle for you to hold, which if you are susceptible to being pre-fired, then hold the off angle there. And then, yeah, they're exposed as well, so your teammates can help from the car position and so on.
That's actually a big aspect of the term off angle that some people don't understand, is that it's not that just that you're not expected, it's that the other player has already cleared basically more or less the position you're going to relatively be standing in, and then they'll be looking somewhere else when they move into your crosshair. That's the big deal with an off angle. But the interesting thing last round is that there was 2 AWPs out for G2, yet neither of them were covering mid in the early round to stop fast pushes. So that's how Cajun, was it Cajun B or Dupree, somebody who rushed mid and got the 2 frags was able to just win the round for Astralis. So that's a really nice way to just get yourself back straight into the round. And this time, Astralis to be challenging long early on. That's not happened for a while. And the interesting difference here is that obviously that allows them to take catwalk now. And they're going to go for the split. Nice grenades coming in from Astralis. Carrigan's in there with the spray, but there is still a guy in pit. Well, they check. Looks like Carrigan's on top of it. And now it's another very fast cleanup. 3 versus 5. This is tough here. Shox has so many players, so many angles, but he's going to die. And it looks like another round where G2 just kind of fall apart to the initial push. They fall apart. Yanko has that AK-47, James, this one.
This one?
Yep.
It's nice.
It's a nice one.
You can do a lot with that kind of yellow. I'll probably buy it at some point, Dan.
You have a problem, James. It's gotten worse.
The factory new stat track one is like $400.
We need to have an intervention. Maybe we'll do it live on stream.
No, but the good thing is, Dan, I'm running out of things to buy.
I think you're going to run out of money first, mate. If I'm completely honest.
I'm waiting for payday already, Dan.
As a new
you buy me dinner, Dan. Can I have £5?
It's a new case out, I'm afraid. All those lines for you to buy. Okay. 12-11. Astralis by no means having an easy game, but I think it looks easy. I think it is easier than the scoreboard shows. I think GT had a really good run at the start here, but this reminds me of the first half where once Astralis break G2 initially, then it starts to become. They make it look easier.
No long take from G2. That said, they take long with the flash. Just a little bit later than usual. Ooh, I love the jumping. Oh, sit down! Device says this is an eco, but that's a great way to kill somebody on an eco. Ooh, body a little bit too close there. Well, he needs to be close to get his gun going, but the bullets are far too close. So Scream doing what Scream can do, which is not going to be much. And it is an eco. This is all expected, so it's all fine. But you know someone's there. Flying 5-7 will do the job. So an AK has been picked up. And ooh, now he has the opportunity to get an AWP. So he's going for a double flank here. RPK coming in as well. But there is help in the name of Cajun B flying in Superman to his lowest lane. He's coming in from the back. Shox of a great pick. He may get to the AWP. Cajun B can do anything about it. The taps come in. So no weapon saved for G2. The AWP would have been a big one. Alas, it was not to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine what would happen, James, if they removed Dust2 from the active GT map pool. There'd be riots in the streets of every major city around the world, James.
I wonder if they're brave enough to ever do that.
There's no way.
If they're brave enough to ever do that.
You can't touch Dust2. I have some reasons why also you should never remove Dust2.
I feel like nothing is sacred. But we'll come back to that conversation. Yeah, I've got a buy round. There is somebody on blue. That's Carrigan. RPK. Oh, he's mollied himself.
he's just set the trash on fire. It's all good.
Oh, but there's a push coming in here. Oh, Scream at just the right time there. 2-man spray down for him. Body will take the third. There is life in the old dog yet. G2 with 5 players alive. Apex alone. Not announcing his position. Have an opportunity to fire the tracers. I think it's actually every 3rd bullet. I say fire the tracers, Dan. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it's every 3rd bullet that's a tracer, and he only fired 2 bullets.
Oh, really?
So there would be no tracer.
That's interesting. By the way, the other cool thing about that round from a strategical perspective is that Astralis have hit towards A, and in many rounds, apart from that one round where I think it was Cajun B just ran down mid and won the round towards B, mostly the problem for G2 has been towards A. So Astralis basically having that huge threat and conditioning, they try to take long to pull A player away from B and into middle at the very least, so that they could have a 3 versus 1 on the B bomb site. But actually, G2 wrecked the A long push, and they didn't bite either. They just kept they kept their crossfire on B basically, or their setup on B, and they hit the shots. So really nice play from Astralis to have that idea, but equally great skills shown by G2 to defend. And now we have a really nice buy for both teams on our hands, and it's looking like Astralis setting up some map control here to allow them A split possibilities. But they have a guy towards B dark, and also they got a guy towards A longhouse. So they can basically set up either an A split or a B split from this. But it does look like the A guy is coming towards mid now, so they're going to go for the B split.
Shox is ready for it. Although his position is now known, and now he is dead. There is a bit of a contest for the tunnel's entrance. Body is going to hold on to it for now. He's got that smoke to his favour, but again, Device coming in from the back, and the support was there from RPK, but just wasn't there fast enough. So let's see. RPK's got 4K in the bank actually. I wonder what. I can't imagine his team have similar money to him. Question is he going to go for this? Goes for the fast peek, but Carrigan's going to have a delayed peek, and surely he will take RPK down. Got the info for his team now. Actually, Carrigan's only got 45 HP and an AK rather than a sniper, but that's enough for RPK. He will make his exit.
Yeah, he's smart enough to know there that unless he instantly kills that guy on plat, there's no entry. Gotta have respect sometimes for your opponents and understand the odds are really bad, already stacked against you. And as you said, you know, RPK, you said he has 4K, right? Yeah, so he's going to be able to drop that, which gives them a decent buy. They can even have an AWP.
He can buy an AWP for Smiths, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's really great. There you go, AWP onto Smiths.
It's a nice average of frags on G2, probably about 17.
Worth noting, Device has only made 4 frags this half. He was at 20 at the end of the first half. And now he's at 24, which means he's created 4 kills, James. The creator of kills, but only 4. So he's not having the best T half right now. And different setup early round from Astralis. This is much more defensive. It seems like they're expecting aggression from G2 now. Like 2 in dark to catch aggression. 2 outside A long house and 1 just moving through suicide now. So they're very cognizant of aggression. And Smiths was waiting for it, and it looks like it will remain to be 4 frags for Device so far in this second half as he gets dropped by Smiths. And now Astralis have some issue. How do they salvage this round? Well, the only thing really going in their favor right now is that there aren't really many nades for G2. So we shall see. Now Astralis decide to save this one. It looks like the A play, but once again Smith's in position. He's going to see the bomb flying into the air as he picks up the kill. And now the game has been given up. And G2 know where the bomb is going, what's happening right now. They just have to hit the shots, and that is exactly what they're doing. Shox wants a piece of the pie, as do the rest of his teammates. But it might be Scream here.
He wants to one-tap stat. All he knows is one-taps.
They talk about them.
I like how they had 3 people mid. And he senses weakness then, and he will seek the maximum punishment. Oh, he's just about sees Cajun B there. So, Dupree has 2,700 in the bank actually, so this is a problem for Astralis now. If they get, well, when they get taken down here. Can't imagine the Taters coming in. How much money does the entire team have? We will soon find out. It's a bit of a mixed bag. They could go for a force, and a Device is bought straight away. So it seems that is going to be the order of play here with the round advantage for the Danish side.
Device has so few deaths compared to everyone else on his team. He's got 13. That is really surprising. I guess he just never died on the CT side.
So Device went for a passive start there at the beginning of the round. I like how Carrigan's even covering. See, this is really smart. This is what a lot of teams wouldn't do. Again, Astralis are moving late into lower tunnel, and you can look down through mid with York, but again, you can't see short from there, so it does an aggressive short play. The only way you're seeing it, if you don't have somebody low tunnel, is if you have the AWPer go to suicide, which I want to say Smith was doing in the first half. So Carrigan's just holding the angle there, making sure they dot the I's and cross the T's. I like the setup from G2, where Shox is playing an off angle. Carrigan was playing this position as well with on the first half, but his teammate was behind the corner on long with the first peak. So if he gets engaged, then Carrigan could just pop out into an off angle as well, bit of a surprise. So is Shox going to pop out from this position? RPK is doing a bit of baiting, maybe waiting to see if more than one person's going to come through the doors. And there we go, there's the first one. But RPK's already gone down, so there's no trade for Shox. He is going to get taken out, and now only Smiths remains here. Device putting in work, starting to sharpen second half. Smiths is alone. This is not good for the CT loss bonus either. This is going to put Astralis on game points, so they are probably going to be good for the game now.
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually starting to be very worrying for me on the T side, how Astralis started to just not connect with any shots, you know, from their perspective, because Because that must be really... I think for Device, out of every player, it must be very frustrating to continually get bested by Smiths. Although I suppose you could say that this might be Smith's best map with the AWP. So either way, Astralis, as you say, one round away. And the spy is pretty awful here for G2. In comes Astralis, pushing the B tunnels. Entry found by Cajun B. And what are you going to do, G2, right now? They're going to get potentially cut off in mid, but actually Scream takes down Carrigan, who's cutting off the mid rotations. Ooh. And Zipex with the taps there out of his zone. A 90-degree flick. And now it's going to be a 3 versus 2. It's going to be quite doable here for Scream and Shox. These are probably the two players you want in this position. As we have Astralis waiting expectantly for the CTs rather, to come in and push the site. Waiting behind the smokers, Dupree. He'll gun down the first player. Now he can go flank Scream potentially. The danger is right there, and I think Scream feels that. You can see him looking back towards the doors there, paranoid that he's going to be attacked, but very smart stuff, just killing so much time. And does Scream realize he just has to go for it? Because right now he's going to be pushing in, not much time anyway, and that's going to be the round there. And map 1 going to Astralis, perhaps expected that they would win. But it is a great map for G2, and I think that they showed that. So
yeah, I'm surprised at how close the